Welcome, everyone. Today, we are learning how to handle those awkward moments when you respond late. It happens to the best of us, but the right language makes a huge difference in maintaining professionalism. Our first phrase is sincere apologies. It sounds much more professional than just saying sorry.
Exactly, Emma. You might say, "Please accept my sincere apologies for the delay."
When a task is forgotten because you are busy, we say it slipped through the cracks.
It implies that the mistake was unintentional due to a high volume of work.
Have you ever had so many emails that you missed one? That is when it gets buried in my inbox.
Using this phrase helps the recipient understand the scale of your workload.
I love the phrase circling back. It sounds very active.
It is perfect for returning to a previous conversation after a long gap. For example, I am circling back on our discussion from last week.
Instead of just apologizing, try thank you for your patience.
This shifts the focus from your mistake to their kindness, which is a great psychological trick.
Bearing with me is another way to thank someone for waiting.
It is slightly more informal than patience, but still very appropriate for internal team communication.
Sometimes we are late because something else exploded. We say, an urgent matter required my attention.
This provides a legitimate reason without going into too much personal detail.
Oversight is a sophisticated word for a mistake or something missed. Saying, please accept my apologies for the oversight is very high level and professional. If a response is very late, we call it a belated response.
It is a formal way to acknowledge the time gap right at the beginning of your message.
To show you are acting immediately, use getting back to you now.
This phrase creates a sense of urgency and shows that their request is finally your priority.
Let's practice. My sincere apologies for the delayed response.
This is the gold standard for professional emails. Use it when the delay was more than 2 days.
Try saying, this unfortunately slipped through the cracks.
Adding unfortunately makes you sound more empathetic and regretful about the delay.
I'm just circling back on your previous email now.
This is a great way to restart a conversation without making it feel like a heavy apology.
I appreciate you bearing with me on this.
This is perfect for when a task took longer to complete than you initially promised.
We covered sincere apologies, oversight, and how to thank people for their patience.
Remember, the goal is to be honest, professional, and move forward with the solution quickly.
Mark, I am so sorry. My feedback on the project unfortunately slipped through the cracks.
No worries, Emma. I appreciate you getting back to me now so we can finish the report. Emma, please accept my apologies for the belated response. Your message was buried in my inbox.
Thank you for the update, Mark. I'm glad we are circling back to this today. How should we word this reply to the client? Let's start with, my sincere apologies for the oversight, and mention that an urgent matter required our attention.